All right, guys. So welcome back, everyone. Today's October 27th, and unfortunately, a little bit of a red day here. Down, actually, a little bit more than a little. Down 370 bucks, stopping me out of the trading day right around, I don't know, sometime after the open. Pre-market, I was already down like 150, and then I was working my way up a little bit again, and then whack, it was just really not my day. We had some small opportunities, primarily with a ticker SRRK that was a bit more of a mid cap. That's why I wasn't really looking at it. I was really focused on ISIG, GOED, and then SPI as well, which totally fell off our watch list. Anyway, let's go over to the chart and just kind of see here. We can talk about, yeah, also small swing trades are also down a little bit here today. I think yesterday we were down 2,000, now we're down 2,500. So just a little bit of a continuation to the downside, unfortunately, on our swing trades, which are primarily, primarily EV and some of these tech companies like LMND, insurance, and then what else we got here? Yeah, DraftKings and RXT, yeah. But overall, kind of all doing the same or doing okay. We were talking about them a little bit more on the stream. I feel fairly confident in the general support each one is at. Unfortunately, we bought a little bit too soon. I think a big reason for the market going down, we've, some things we've discussed just looking around online, is the corona numbers spiking again here. And this is actually why JETS and ETF we're looking at or could be a good buy in the future. Let me actually just pull it up here. JETS. Let me go to the, actually we're already on the 4 hours. So JETS is an airline ETF. Sorry, I'm jumping around all over the place a little bit today. But yeah, it was just a slow day. So even on the stream, we're kind of just, talking about different things and running through some ideas. And JETS is an airline ETF that I've been waiting for a possible entry on. I was waiting for some sort of kind of maybe worse news or Corona not getting better before I would enter this one. Otherwise, I would have, entered it. But I wanted to see if we were going to have some sort of, second wave. And right now, Corona numbers in Germany are really, really spiking. Definitely having that strong second wave. In France, it's even worse. Right now, that high of 8,000. In France, it's well above 40,000, right? So in France, it's really, really getting quite nasty. And you can kind of see that this was the first wave, and then this is really that big second wave. And then also in USA, or actually United States, I feel like there's almost never even been a first wave. We had this kind of first peak here, but it never really went all the way back down again. So first wave, probably second wave, and then kind of getting into that third wave. But USA has been consistently high. And, now as we're approaching those third waves, that's why I think the market right now is taking a little bit of a tanker, just a little bit extra uncertainty, plus the elections are coming up. There's just, extra uncertainty in the market. And that's why the VIX is also going up. Yesterday was a big day for the VIX. So yeah, overall with the general market, SPY here, I'm kind of thinking, it's a good time to maybe look for those kind of bases on some of your favorite swing trades. And that's kind of what I was doing as we were approaching this kind of key 340 area, as this could be a possible flag pattern that we might break out of. To me, I feel like the market is overextended and, has been overextended for quite some time. So I wouldn't be getting, blindly aggressive unless the specific companies you guys are looking at seems like it is in that position to grow, has some nice support, and could make a continuation. Overall, the general market, has a potential support here around 340, but it really needs to creep back above it, and we want to make some progress. But at least right now, you're not buying at those former highs near this almost double top area. So technically, this could be a good support zone, depending if you think we're going to be going to the upside or we're going to be breaking down here. So you could wait here a little bit, maybe wait to see. Or what I always like to say, regardless of what the overall market is doing, if you find a good value on any sort of specific investment or swing trade, then might as well go long that. And that's actually, what we do quite often if we find a good value. And this month is, looking like if we close out our swing trades right now, it would probably be our first red swing trade month. So if you just go here to swings for this month and we apply that, The net profit is right here, $600 for our swing trades. And that's after the huge AMC loss, but right now we're down $2,500. I'm not going to sell any of them at the moment. Maybe we will at one point if there's some bad news that comes out or something that really makes me want to sell it. But for now, I feel like we have a good little bit of a base here, and I'm gonna at least wait for some sort of pivot, some sort of retest of the highs before we sell our swing trades. Again, guys, if you're interested in the swing trades, remember, just check out the live stream starting at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then at 10:30 a.m. we usually switch from day trading to talk about the swing trades a little bit more. Overall though, portfolio $5,200 net profits for this month so far, so pretty nice. My total winning ratio went down a little bit from last month. It was like at 72%. Average win, average loss, this really is like getting close to 1-to-1, so it was not a good month for me in terms of my kind of risk reward. It looks like I was letting a few trades kind of get the best of me, holding on to losers a little bit too much. I would like to get my average loss back below 2%. Yeah, overall, I mean, this ratio is pretty fine, but the average win, average loss is getting a little close to 1-to-1. I would like that to be at least like 1-to-3, 1-to-4, ideally 1-to-5. Yeah, so that is pretty much the nutshell of my current October stats for day trading. The one last thing I want to talk about is, keep an eye on this number right here. The $3,600 is my average position size. I'm trying to grow that to $5,000 average position size and ideally get to $10,000. I'm not sure if we're going to get to 10,000 by the end of the year because I don't want to grow too quickly, because then the bigger my position size, oftentimes the worse I treat the trade, because I'm thinking about, oh man, I'm taking a lot of risk right now. I'm thinking about a bunch of other things that aren't relevant to the trade. So today, I don't want to say it was one of those days where I was thinking about too many different things. It was just one of those days where we weren't seeing a lot of opportunity, and I was really trying to force opportunity. I think that's really the sum of today. So just briefly talking about SPI again. This is one of those tickers we traded many times in the past, and in the past we actually have been profitable on an SPI, which is kind of cool. So this morning I was kind of going through some of the past trades on SPI, just kind of looking over them. And this ticker is kind of known to be one of those, we're up 786 overall on SPI, this ticker. And, in the past I've traded this one. It's always kind of dumped, after the market opened, except that one time in September where we were basically done trading it, and then it decided to explode to the upside. So here kind of sold off after the open, and then around let's see, 10 and then 10:30 it consolidated a little bit, but then around 11 a.m. we wrapped up trading, and that's really when it went exponential. So maybe today we're going to see some sort of moves. Sorry if this is a little hard for you guys to see. Here's a little bit bigger of a picture, and then down here you can see the bigger exponential move later in the day. So maybe today SPI is going to be one of those tickers that kind of consolidates, finds support, and then maybe reverses at one point, but I'm not really sure. To me, I look at SPI, I see just a bunch of probably bag holders in this ticker, and there's a lot of upside resistance. This is not a nice long-term ticker, and I wasn't really thrilled about the overall catalyst either. It seems like this kind of company is constantly just making random plays based on kind of, I don't know, playing momentum a little bit, and they're their own kind of day traders by kind of doing offerings and then reverse splits, and then they recently made a subsidiary, a solar subsidiary, and then they're spinning that off, and then who knows what they're going to make next. I don't know, they jumped on the EV sector for a little bit. I don't know, just be a little bit careful with this ticker. They're kind of always coming out with like some hot trendy news, even if it's not totally relevant to the company. So SPI, I have a lot of red flags on this one, and I think my mistake today on SPI is really that I was too aggressive on this ticker. I knew that this one had some spikeability inside of it, especially with that nice 13 million float. The problem was I just tried, I don't know, like pre-market today, I had a few good trades, but eventually I started trying to trade the breakouts to the upside, and I almost never trade breakouts pre-market, so that was a big mistake on my end. And then I was, a little bit red here. Again, I tried to trade a breakout from the 9 EMA, that didn't work. Again, I tried to trade a breakout from the 9 EMA, didn't work, flushed down, but I luckily got out right in time. I never had a big loss, but I just had like consistent losses pre-market, and it was like, ugh. So maybe I was a little bit annoyed with that. I'm not even totally sure. I'm trying to analyze here a little bit where I went wrong today. GOED, this is another ticker that, actually let's scroll up here or down a little bit. 2 million float, you know, had that potential. Where did, oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, 2 million float. I did this twice. That's why I was so confused. 2 million float. Household company, they they acquired a different company today. Actually kind of interesting. I feel like, you know, this is one of the few kind of more credible small caps that we look at. But overall, it just wasn't seeing good action, right? So we had kind of this one little quick move before the market opened, and then it started selling off. And then I was like, okay, well, we're having a falling wedge. I trade falling wedges quite not often, but I like them. It's a pattern I really, really like. I ended up trying to trade this one again a little bit aggressively today, and then I got boom, stuck in a flush, and this was actually one of my bigger losses of the day. And then, you know, right before it runs up 18%. So somehow today, like, I felt like there was It's annoying because I feel like I had my finger on the pulse a little bit. Like I was kind of aware of what was going on, but somehow I was too aggressive. So I wanted to trade an aggressive market, and I was hitting the market too aggressively, you know, buying into the ask and stuff like that. But it was really a slower day. So I didn't make that pivot in my trading, even though I was fully conscious of the fact the market was a little bit slower. So I'm not so much disappointed on the 370 loss today. I mean, that's whatever, you know, wins and losses, every day is a little bit different. Overall, we're very consistent, and that's what's important. So no one day should ever bother you too much. And that's why we have our max stop, right? If I'm down 10% of my average position size, which is for this month, like we talked about earlier, $3.7 thousand, then I like to wrap up my trading. So today I was down $370, and then, you know, I was like, I'm going to call it. I'm going to throw in the towel because that's 10% of my average position size, right? So I think today I was, you know, I was in the right jam. I was in the right groove with the overall market, understanding what it was doing, but then my execution, because I wanted to trade a hotter market, I wanted to, you know, have those, you know, 800, you know, ideally $1,000+ days. And I think that's what got me on the wrong side today. So a little bit more disappointed in myself than the overall, you know, loss of anything. So we traded GOED, SPI, and what's that? Yeah, ISIG. We'll just quickly review this one. ISIG. Where is it hiding? There it is, popping up here. Now, this was a ticker I was really not excited about. I gotta say, this is the one ticker where I was like, oh, ISIG, don't really want to trade this one. It had that nice 8 million float. I was a little bit confused with the Schedule 13D. Looks like there was some insider buying, but this guy recently just sold a bunch, so it looks like he was day trading his own stock. I don't know, and he sold recently around 1.81. I just felt like this was not a ticker I wanted to be super crazy on or aggressive on, and I wasn't until, you know, there was like a little open here. We actually got a nice little pullback trade, and I sold here for a small profit, and then I had another small trade, popped to the upside, took some profit on that one, and then I bought here on the pullback, but it kept on going down again, and it kind of shook me out right before it made that big rally. You know, today, just unfortunate. I just, you know, sloppy trading today. Yeah, good moves here. There was one move here. It made a nice little flag pattern here. And this is when I was like, oh, this is actually looking interesting. Had a breakout, and then I was like, nice volume. And then had this perfect pullback. I should have traded this one. I was thinking in my head, this is probably one of the better moves of the day. I didn't trade it. And, you know, it was like a 7-8% pop. This could have easily put me green on the day. Just like that. It's so easy. Sometimes, like the difference between a red day and a green day. Had one more good setup here. This was a flush. I don't think I would have traded in this area because there was big resistance, but I would have at least tried to, you know, have that one attempt. You know, today I wasn't clear in the head, and that's why you have your max stops, because, you know, I could easily keep trading and keep losing money today, or I, you know, get fresh, wait for tomorrow if I'm feeling better. If I, you know, today I had a little bit of a headache as well, and then if the market has the right opportunities, boom, get aggressive. But there's no need to keep on trading if you're just not 100%. And today I'm clearly not 100%. So I hope hopefully you guys learn a little bit with that, you know, red day recap. Yeah, I think these are really, really good days to learn as a community, and like always though, it was good fun trading with you guys. I think that's always one of the best parts. All right guys, let's wrap it up there. Don't forget to drop a like if you learned something, and if you like the content. I will see you guys then first thing tomorrow morning. Subscribe if you're new. We'd love to see you join the community. And which camera am I looking into right now? I'll see you guys next time. Stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.